Chapter 1: The Perfect Illusion. Daniel and Melissa had been married for 6 years. On the outside, they looked like the picture-perfect couple. Daniel, 48, was a successful architect in Chicago. Melissa, 35, was beautiful, intelligent, and charming, the kind of woman who turned heads wherever she went. They lived in a quiet suburb in a 2-story brick house with white shutters, a manicured lawn, and the scent of lavender always in the air. But inside the walls of that house, silence had become louder than love. Daniel's son from a previous marriage, Tyler, had just turned 23. He had been away at college for 4 years and returned to Chicago to start a job at a local tech startup. He moved back in temporarily while he saved up to rent his own place. Tyler had grown into a confident, handsome young man, tall, fit, with a jawline that mirrored Daniel's, but eyes that burned with a quiet intensity. Melissa had known him since he was a teenager. But now, he was different. Chapter 2: Unspoken Glances. Melissa felt it the day Tyler moved back in. The subtle shift in the air. She noticed how he held her gaze just a bit too long at breakfast. The way his voice dropped when he said her name. She told herself it was nothing. Just her imagination. But something stirred in her that hadn't stirred in years. A hunger, a curiosity, a danger. Daniel was always busy, always stressed. They barely spoke. He came home late, ate dinner in silence, and fell asleep with his phone in hand. Melissa, on the other hand, was feeling lonelier than ever. One afternoon, Daniel was at a site visit. Melissa was watering the garden in shorts and a tank top when Tyler came outside with a glass of iced tea. He watched her in silence for a few moments before walking over. "You always keep this place so beautiful," he said. Melissa looked up, shielding her eyes from the sun. "Thank you, Tyler. That's sweet of you." Their fingers brushed when he handed her the glass. She felt it in her chest. That electricity. That night, Melissa couldn't sleep. Chapter 3: The First Touch. It began with conversations in the kitchen late at night. They talked for hours, about books, movies, music. He made her laugh. He listened. He made her feel seen. One evening, as they both reached for the same spoon while baking cookies, their hands touched again. But this time, either of them pulled away. Their eyes locked. The tension was thick. "Melissa," he whispered. She pressed a finger to his lips. "Don't. Please don't." But she didn't move away. And neither did he. That night it happened. A kiss in the dim light of the kitchen. Hesitant. Forbidden. Electric. Chapter 4: A Dangerous Game. The affair that followed was impulsive. Intense. Addictive. They met in the guest room. In the garage. Even in the laundry room. Every touch felt like sin wrapped in silk. Melissa knew it was wrong. Tyler knew it was dangerous. But neither could stop. Daniel remained oblivious, buried in work. He trusted them both completely. Melissa hated herself for what she was doing, but she was too far gone. She wasn't in love with Daniel anymore, hadn't been for years. But with Tyler, she felt alive. Chapter 5: Slipping. One morning, Daniel noticed something strange. Melissa had started dressing differently. She smiled more. She cooked Tyler's favorite meals. "You seem happy lately," he said, suspicious but unsure. "I've just been trying to take better care of myself," Melissa replied, brushing off the question. Daniel didn't push it. But he began watching. A few days later, he saw Melissa's phone light up with a message from an unsaved number. "I can't stop thinking about last night." Daniel's gut twisted. That night, he waited until she was asleep and checked her phone. The number belonged to Tyler. The world around him collapsed. Chapter 6: The Confrontation. The next evening, Daniel sat at the dining table, staring at the door. When Melissa walked in, he looked up with dead eyes. "Where's Tyler?" he asked calmly. "Out," she said. "Why?" Daniel stood up, took her phone, and threw it on the table. "I know." Her face paled. "Know what?" Don't play with me, Melissa. Tears welled in her eyes. Daniel, was it revenge? Was I not enough? He's my son, Melissa. I didn't plan this. It just happened. Daniel's hands trembled. Get out. Both of you. Melissa begged. Cried. But Daniel was done. Chapter 7. A New Beginning? Melissa and Tyler moved out that night. They found a small apartment downtown. It wasn't perfect. It was messy. Painful. But for the first time, their relationship existed in the open. The world judged them. Friends turned away. Family disowned them. But they clung to each other like survivors in a storm. Do you regret it? Tyler asked one night. She looked at him for a long time. No. But I hate how it happened. I love you, he whispered. I love you too, she said. Chapter 8. Echoes of the Past. Months passed. Melissa found work at a local art gallery. Tyler thrived at his job. They started to feel like a real couple, cooking together, decorating the apartment, planning trips. But guilt never fully left. Melissa sometimes dreamed of Daniel's face the night he found out, the hurt, the betrayal. One day, she received a letter. It was from Daniel. You didn't just break my heart. You broke the family. But if you're happy, truly happy, then I hope it was worth it. She folded the letter and placed it in a drawer. That night, she told Tyler she didn't want to run anymore. Let's leave this city, she said. Let's start over. Chapter 9. Somewhere new. They moved to Denver. Clean slate. New jobs, new neighbors, new lives. People still stared sometimes. A woman nearly 10 years older with a man who was once her stepson. But they didn't care anymore. Tyler proposed on a snowy evening under Christmas lights. Melissa said yes. Their wedding was small. No family. No guests. Just the two of them in a forest cabin with handwritten vows. I broke everything to be with you, she said. I hope we build something stronger. We already have, Tyler replied. Chapter 10. The Price of Love. Years later, Melissa often sat in their garden, watching the flowers bloom. The pain had faded, but never vanished. She had chosen love. But at a cost. Sometimes she missed Daniel. Not as a husband, but as a friend. As family. But when Tyler walked into the garden, kissed her forehead, and handed her their daughter, she knew. It wasn't a perfect story. It was messy. Flawed. Human. But it was theirs. And in the end, love, no matter how unexpected, had found a way.